Hey everybody, I want to talk to you today about something that's been weighing on my heart. You know, we live in a world full of distractions, and it's so easy to lose sight of what truly matters. I've been wrestling with this question lately. What are the idols in our modern world? Now, when we hear the word idol, we might think of ancient statues or golden calves. But listen, idols today are much more subtle. They're anything that takes the place of God in our hearts and minds. You know, the Bible is crystal clear on this. Exodus 23 says, "You shall have no other gods before me." That's not just a suggestion, it's a command. So what do these modern idols look like? They can be material possessions, success, status, even our political beliefs. I remember a time when I was so focused on climbing the corporate ladder that I neglected my relationship with God. My career had become my idol without me even realizing it. And here's what I want you to see. These things aren't necessarily bad in themselves. But when they become our primary focus, when they consume our thoughts and dictate our actions, that's when they become idols. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal? How can these things be so dangerous? Well, I want you to understand something crucial. These idols, they can never truly satisfy the deepest longings of our hearts. They're like mirages in the desert. They promise fulfillment but leave us empty and thirsty. I've seen it happen to people around me, chasing after the next big thing, only to find themselves feeling more lost and unfulfilled. But it's not just about personal dissatisfaction. These idols distract us from God's true purpose for our lives. They pull us away from our Creator, the only one who can give us real meaning and joy. As John 2:15-17 warns us, "Do not love the world or anything in the world. The world and its desires pass away, but whoever does the will of God lives forever." When we put our trust in these idols, we're essentially telling God that He's not enough for us. And let me tell you, that's a dangerous place to be. So how do we guard against these idols? It starts with self-reflection. We need to take a hard, honest look at our lives. What occupies most of our time, energy, and resources? What do we turn to for comfort or validation? These could be indicators of potential idols in our lives. For me, it was my phone. I realized I was constantly checking it, even during prayer time. That was a wake-up call. Once we identify these idols, we need to tear them down. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this isn't easy. It requires discernment and obedience. We need to actively choose to put God first, even when it's uncomfortable. Proverbs 4:23 tells us, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." We've got to be vigilant in protecting our hearts from these subtle influences. It might mean setting boundaries like I did with my phone use, or even letting go of certain ambitions that are pulling us away from God. Now here's the beautiful part. When we remove these idols, we create space for God to move in our lives. When I started prioritizing my time with God over my career ambitions, I found a peace and fulfillment that no promotion could ever give me. I want to challenge you today. Take some time to examine your life. Are there any idols that have crept in? Trust me, when you do this, you'll experience a freedom and joy like never before. Listen, God is calling us to a deeper, more authentic relationship with Him. A life free from the chains of idolatry and centered on Christ. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. So let's commit today to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. He's the only one who can truly satisfy our souls. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.